Today, we're diving into a list of flicks that might have flown under your radar, but are absolutely packed with tension, terror, and pulse-pounding action. These are the hidden gems and surprising hits that deserve a spot on your watch list. So, guys, welcome back to Filmflix, and let's get into it. Ever wish your smart home assistant could do a little more than just play lo-fi beats and tell you the weather? Like maybe help you uncover a massive cover-up conspiracy that puts a giant target on your back? This next film is a claustrophobic masterclass in tension following an agoraphobic tech worker who hears something she absolutely was not supposed to hear. It's like Rear Window for the digital age, but with way more hacking and heart-pounding anxiety. Zoe Kravitz is phenomenal, making you feel every single bit of her paranoia. The way director Steven Soderbergh uses sound and tight camera angles will have you checking your own webcam. It's a slick, stylish, and incredibly efficient thriller that proves a simple premise, executed perfectly, is all you need for a nerve-shredding experience. And that is exactly what you get with Kimmy.
Oh my God,
Okay, I need you to think about your absolute worst fear. Got it? Now, imagine that fear is 2,000 feet in the air on a rusty TV tower that's about as stable as my sleep schedule. This movie is a vertigo-inducing nightmare in the best way possible. It's just two friends stranded at the top of this monstrous structure with no way down. That's the entire premise, and it is brutally effective. I am not even kidding. I had to pause this twice just to breathe normally. The cinematography is genius, making you feel every single creak and sway. It's a survival story that strips away all the complicated plots and focuses on pure primal fear that will absolutely make your palms sweat. And it's called Fall. What if I told you there was a movie with almost no dialogue that features one of the most visceral and emotional action performances of the year? Sounds impossible, right? This film is a Christmas miracle of vengeance, where a father's holiday is shattered by a random act of violence, sending him on a silent, brutal path of retribution. The gimmick is that the main character can't speak, and the film follows suit, creating this intense, almost operatic mood. Joel Kinnaman conveys so much rage and pain just with his eyes. It's honestly award-worthy. The action is gritty, realistic, and shockingly impactful without a single quippy one-liner. It's a bold experiment that totally pays off, leaving you breathless by the end of Silent Night.
I really don't think it's a good idea, Jack. She's becoming more unpredictable.
That's a good thing. That's why we still do what?
All right, switching gears to something a little more supernatural. Picture this, a live 1970s television broadcast on Halloween night hosted by a desperate, charming talk show host. They've planned a spooky seance segment for ratings, but oh boy, do they actually make contact with something, and it is not happy. This film is a love letter to the era of spooky TV specials shot in a brilliantly clever found footage style that makes you feel like you're watching it live. The atmosphere is thick enough to cut with a knife, and David Distalmacyan as the host is a revelation. Sleazy, sympathetic, and totally unraveling. It's creepy, clever, and one of the most original horror films I've seen in years, all unfolding during Late Night with the Devil.
Leave right now.
All right, let's keep the scares coming with one of the most unnerving remakes I've ever seen. It takes the original's premise, a family's overly polite weekend with another family, takes a horrifying turn. This isn't about jump scares. It's about that sinking feeling in your gut when social niceties are used as a weapon. It's a slow burn that asks, how polite are you really willing to be? And the answer will haunt you. The performances are chillingly believable, especially from the parents who just want to avoid being rude. It's a brutal, almost stressful watch that is a masterclass in psychological torment, perfected in the 2024 version of Speak No Evil.
He's only a child, for Christ's sake.
But wait, there's more, because the original is just as potent, if not more so. Made with a raw, independent spirit, this Danish film is the blueprint for that gut punch ending. It's slower, more minimalist, and somehow even more effective because it feels so real. The cultural clash and the agony of being a polite guest are explored with such painful detail. It's the kind of movie that sits with you for days, making you question your own boundaries. It's less of a traditional horror and more of a devastating drama that descends into a nightmare you won't forget. From the 2022 original, Speak No Evil.
Joey,
Yeah.
I'm sorry about what's gonna happen to you.
Now, for a wild change of pace, how about a horror comedy about a ballerina vampire? I know, just stay with me. A group of crooks think they've hit the jackpot, kidnapping the daughter of a powerful billionaire for a huge ransom. They just have to watch her in a mansion for one night. Easy money, right? Wrong. Their little ballerina captive is not what she seems, and the night turns into a bloody, hilarious game of cat and mouse. It's gory, goofy, and has an incredible soundtrack. The cast is clearly having a blast, especially the lead, who dances her way through absolute carnage. It's pure, unadulterated B-movie fun with a surprising amount of style, all centered around the bloody ballet of Abigail.
Today is a day that you're going to remember for a very long time, but if you handle it right, you're gonna have a
Speaking
chance to
of
forget.
tension, let's talk about a thriller that takes place in the most stressful airport scenario imaginable. A TSA agent gets embroiled in a deadly conspiracy when a mysterious traveler forces him to help smuggle a dangerous package through security. It's a lean, mean, high-concept thriller that never lets up. The entire film feels like a pressure cooker, using the familiar, stressful setting of an airport to its full advantage. The dynamic between the two leads is electric, full of mistrust and shifting power. It's a fantastic popcorn flick that's perfect for when you want a shot of pure adrenaline without any complicated lore, and it's a real white-knuckle carry-on.
Interested in learning more about the Church of Jesus Christ?
Come on in.
We can't come inside unless another woman is present.
Ever had a door knocker try to convert you to their faith and thought, this is kind of creepy? Well, this film takes that simple, relatable fear and cranks it up to a biblical level. Two young missionaries knock on the door of a reclusive widow before they find themselves trapped in a game of psychological and supernatural game of mouse and cat. It's a slow burn that builds an incredible sense of dread, relying on atmosphere and phenomenal performances rather than cheap scares. Its setting is its own character, a creepy, isolated farmhouse that you just want to escape from. It's smart, it's unsettling, and it has one of the most chilling third acts I've seen recently in a film called Heretic. Finally, we have a film that blurs the line between reality and fiction so well you'll be Googling it the second the credits roll. It presents itself as a documentary about a real-life deep-sea diving disaster where a crew was stranded on the ocean floor with minutes of oxygen left. Using a mix of real footage and chilling recreations, it tells a story of survival that feels almost too incredible to be true. The tension is absolutely unbearable, even though you know how it ends, or do you? It's a testament to human resilience and a stark reminder of how fragile life is. It's more than a thriller. It's a profoundly moving experience about taking your last breath. And that's the list. So, if you want to never miss our deep dives into the best movie streaming right now, do us a huge favor and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. It really helps us out. Thanks for hanging out, movie family. Until next time, happy watching. Bye.